Rock Resort for 2018 Las Vegas Sun High School Football Media Day, brought to you by Greens and Proteins. With 5 locations across the valley, Greens and Proteins is a modern, family-friendly cafe offering all your favorite foods with a healthy twist. Sandwiches, wraps, pizzas, burgers, vegan, raw, and vegetarian-friendly meals, smoothies, juice bar, and a full HCG diet menu. Up next, we've got the Centennial Bulldogs with Coach Dustin Forshee, wide receiver and cornerback Camden Garrett, and lineman Damian Jones. Coach, this team didn't get the results that you wanted last year, but had a lot of competitive games and had a really good result to end the season. Does that give you kind of some momentum going into this year, and what do you think you're going to do?
Yeah, it's always nice to win your last game. Unfortunately, it wasn't winning the last game of the playoff, but yeah, it kind of gives us something to kind of build on to the off season. We were competitive in a lot of games and had a lot of games that we lost right at the last possession. So we're hoping this year to kind of step over that little bit of a hump and finish those games and get some more wins to try to get back to the playoffs this year.
The fact that you were in those games, and this is obviously a young group, got experience playing in possessions that mattered at the end of the games. How important is that, as opposed to games where it's a running clock, there's no competition?
Yeah, obviously. Whenever we try to schedule games, we always want to try to schedule competitive games. I think last year every non-conference team that we played was in the playoffs, 1 or 2 seed. And same thing this year. We have a pretty tough schedule. And I just think, especially with a lot of kids that we have coming back, that just builds confidence in knowing that you can be in those games, that all it takes is 1 or 2 little things that you look through in film that, hey, if this is something different happened, the outcome's a little bit different. So I think it's a big thing to see and actually be in those games than playing in a running clock game either one way or the other, whether you're blowing them out or you're getting blown out. I think it's a lot better as a team mentality to play in those competitive games.
This was one of the youngest teams in town last year. A lot of guys coming back. What positions, what areas do you think this team in general is going to get a lot stronger at?
I think our defense will be, we have a lot of guys, a lot of juniors, almost our whole, I think defense was juniors or underclassmen last year. So I'm looking for our defense to be really good, really improved, probably the strength of what our team is to keep us in the games and win some games. We have a pretty electric running back who I think went off that very last game for 250, 300 yards rushing, and he's a sophomore. Then he's a junior coming back, so we got him for 2 more years. So we're hoping that he's going to help us kind of break some games open as well. And we're going to be very young as a quarterback. We didn't have a quarterback last year. We took a varsity snap, so that's going to be a big learning curve for us too. But I'm assuming our defense is going to be pretty good. We got a lot of guys coming back, and I really see a big weakness there.
Camden, you're part of that defense on the back end. What do you expect out of your secondary, and what do you expect out of yourself? How much better have you gotten this offseason?
I think we're going to do great things. I'm very confident in my team, my defense, and my coaches that we're going to execute the game plan that we're given. And I think I've gotten a lot better. I've been working hard over the summer, lifting weights, footwork, stuff like that. So yeah, I'm very confident.
And as a receiver on the other side of the ball, like you said, not much experience at quarterback. It's up to the receiving core to kind of help that guy along, whoever it is. How excited are you as a receiver to kind of take your game up to the next level?
I'm very excited. Like I said, I have a lot of confidence in my team and our quarterback, Jared. Our receivers are going to help him out a lot. We work hard at practice. We work hard a lot. So, yeah.
And Damian, on both ends of the line, is there one that you're more excited about, defensive or offensive?
This is going to be my first year, actually being able to play D-line on a consistent basis. So I'm really excited to be actually tackling people instead of blocking.
How's that transition been in the offseason, knowing that you're going to get to play on that side of the ball?
It's just a different mindset, once you're on the D-line, because, you're ready to actually, take somebody's head off instead of protecting that person.
And Coach talked about the steps the defense is going to make this year, and that back end, you can make their job a lot easier if you guys can pressure other quarterbacks. Do you think is that the goal?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm always trying to pressure the quarterback and fill the gap.
And Coach, this team obviously is a team that has consistently made the playoffs throughout the history of the school. Is that the goal?
Yeah, last couple of years, we've hit some snags. That's the number one thing is get back to the playoffs. We talk about how we got to win games that we think we should win, and just kind of like last year, those one possession games, those final possession games. Hopefully being on the other side of that, as opposed to being on the loss column. like I said, we're hoping to get back to the playoffs this year. That's always the goal. You know, it's been a really good program, you know, up until the last couple of years. Like I said, just a couple possessions here and there, and you know, things are different. But yeah, that's definitely the goal. That's what we're trying to get back to.
I mean, on the field, you were on the field for those last-minute losses some of the times. How much more confident do you think you and the team are going to be in those waning moments when the game's on the line? Because you've been there, you've done that before.
Yeah, I think that's like a big component of it. It's because we have been here, we have been in those big moments, and we have a lot of returning juniors that are going to be seniors this year, and they were in those moments too. So I think we're going to be able to finish this year.
Awesome. Well, that's it for a young Centennial team that looks to take another step and make the playoffs. Make sure you go to LasVegasSun.com all season and follow the coverage, including every Monday once school starts. Ray and Case will have their podcast previewing this upcoming week's games and breaking down the following week's games. Thank you.